Bro, so we've been talking a lot about like kanang like these athletes gyud and no. I'd like to just steer it back a little bit to kanang like regular people, especially now nga it seems like the COVID tends to attack kanang the people who are passing away seem to have some comorbidity of some sort
Yeah.
and just people who basically you're just trying to get them to exercise, no? So
Yeah.
I don't know, what is there a minimum dose for people to exercise?
Well, there's a global recommendation where people are suggested to move for at least 30 minutes every day. If that's intense, on most days of the week. So that's practically 4 days a week of at least 30 minutes to 1 hour of physical activity. What makes it more difficult for us here is we don't have the infrastructure. We don't have sidewalks. We don't
Hmm.
have a lot of parks. If you don't live in a subdivision, becomes more tricky to get in your dose of physical activity. But yeah, there's a global recommendation: 30 minutes to an hour on most days of the week, preferably every day.
Oh, okay. 30 minutes to an
Yes.
hour, preferably
Mm-hmm.
every day. That's something, that's something I didn't
It's
think
not that
of.
hard.
It's not that
Yeah,
hard. I mean,
it's
I
not that
don't
hard.
I don't think it's hard at all. No?
Yeah,
No, but
yeah,
that's something I didn't think of when you said like we don't have the infrastructure. I actually didn't know what you meant at first, and then when you said gamorag no sidewalks, and I'm like, you're right. Like,
right,
it's it's hard to do that if
right.
kanang I can't. na- I don't know how. I'm just you're catching me thinking a little bit because I've been harping on like how Cebu City is kind of like uh, I'm I'm frustrated with the fact that it's hard to walk around here, ba? Or there's
Yeah.
no like infrastructure for that. And
Mm-hmm.
initially I was just looking at it from the lens of just get it's easier to get from point A to point B. It's kanang things like that lang, like logistics. But
Yeah,
also there's really a health benefit that could, save so much
yeah,
more money for the city in terms of like hospitalization and
yeah,
everything. No? Going
yeah.
back to
So
lifestyle, the cost of lifestyle.
yeah, so I think things can be done. There are things that we can do to fix a lot of the things that we have now. Uh, but it really requires a lot of will, um, and a lot of expertise. Um, and I don't know when it will be prioritized, but this is something that we would love to, as Cebuanos, and to figure out. There are so many factors involved in it. Murag, ang growth of our city has been quite organic, meaning we don't really have a template. We just place things here, put a building here. There's not a lot of urban planning. And for people who travel a lot, they really experience, okay, for every subdivision, or for every few blocks, say 20 blocks, there seems to be a park. um, we see that in other places, but for us, we have the mall, where we can walk around. There are some green spaces in the city, but it takes some effort to get to lang.
Oh
But
yeah,
if you
like
really want to, you can really
yeah.
exercise.
Let me rant a little bit. Let's say about Fuente. Like that's a
Yeah,
park in the city, but to
yeah.
get there, you have to walk through four lanes of cars.
Uh,
It's ridiculous. If you think about it, it's kind of ridiculous.
yeah.
No?
Plus the air quality, and the air
Oh yeah.
quality that we have. Um, I don't know if a lot of people notice this, but Cebu is on the east side, and we're facing the Pacific Ocean. And within our island is shaped, longitudinally, and we have mountain ranges in the middle. So what happens is the air from the Pacific hits the mountain ranges. So it's not really flowing from east to west or west to east. We have stagnant air, so the air quality suffers.
Ah, because it
also
just
for
comes
us.
back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
It doesn't flow through.
uh,
Uh,
so that's also a factor. But
well,
yeah, nothing we
uh,
can do about.
well, actually, we can like I'll tell you right now that there are efforts being made to put up
Mm,
like kanang what do you call that mga bike lanes here in Cebu.
right.
In Mandaue there are already, Talisay there are. One of
Yeah.
the good side effects of all of everything that's happening right now is that kanang people have started using bicycles. Anya,
Yeah.
and which has forced government to, for the first time ever, take a serious look at it. And
Uh-huh. We hope it's
Mandawan,
gonna stay.
sorry.
We hope it's going to stay.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
That,
see. That's the thing. People just need to use it. But my view is, my good, like, we need it out there. Just put it out
yeah.
there. Bahala na if it's not perfect, so
Yeah.
that you can encourage people to use it. Because if you
Mm,
just kanang business as usual, onya, you don't do
yeah.
anything gihapon, when public transport comes back and everything, then people won't be encouraged anymore because it's legitimately difficult to bike around if there's no bike lanes, but you don't feel protected,
Yeah. Yeah.
no?
We,
But
we need a lot of bike skills.
yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, it took a while to get used to it.
We have cats and dogs,
Oh
and
yeah.
but I think it's trending in the right way. We're going into a healthier way of commuting. Um, and I'm sure there are a lot of people na, oy, my blood pressure decreased. Nagbike lang ko 1 month. So there are gonna be some positive side effects from doing a lot of that. Walking is one way, especially if for a lot of people who live in condos around Cebu Business Park or IT Park, and that's the closer we live to where we work, that allows us to walk more.
Yeah, yeah. That's why, like, yeah, that's honestly been a little bit of a frustration of mine, dude. It
Uh,
really has. Like, I mean, like you mentioned, anybody who's visited a city abroad, ba? And yeah,
yeah,
you're walking the whole
you walk
time.
around.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then so
you
some.
lose weight. You eat so much, you lose weight.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you lose weight. That has not been my experience.
Okay.
No, but yeah, no, but like kind of true. Like you a lot of times, like, you go to a country abroad, and then
Yeah,
if you have like one of those things that counts your steps, yeah,
right.
for the first time, you're like, wow, I'm hitting 15,000 steps a day. Like, I've never done this in my
Yeah.
life. Kanang yana ba? And it's
Uh,
not that hard,
mm,
no? Onya kanang, I don't know. I'm just hoping to see a better infrastructure lang yun here.
yeah.
It's frustrating good for me in a way, no?
Yeah, and we don't think. Well, we have to think about it because we don't have it, and it's not planned into how we live. But if it was planned into how we live, you know, we might take it for granted. So I think it's normal for us to really crave for that.